reported the first confirmed case of the coronavirus infection on 30th January 2020 in the state of Kerala. The affected had a travel history from Wuhan, China. The Indian government arranged for the evacuation of 324 Indian citizens from Wuhan in a special Air India flight on 31st January 2020. The passengers were placed under quarantine for a period of 14 days. The second batch of 330 passengers, including 7 Maldivian citizens, evacuated by the government, arrived from Wuhan on February 1st of 2020. India evacuated 654 people, including 647 Indian citizens, by 11th February. The health condition of all of them was monitored on a daily basis. They were tested twice for COVID-19 infection and found to be negative. All evacuees were discharged on 18th February. A total of 76 Indian nationals and 36 foreign nationals were evacuated in a special flight from Wuhan on 26 February again. They were placed under quarantine in Manesar. India had also started evacuation of hundreds of Indians stranded in Iran. The first flight carrying 58 Indian nationals landed in Ghaziabad on 10th March. India announced the cancellation of existing e-visas issued to all foreign nationals of China on 5th February and advised Indians to avoid travelling to China. Further, India announced that people travelling to China will be quarantined upon return. India temporarily suspended visa on arrival for Japanese and South Korean nationals on 27th Feb. On March 3rd, India announced the suspension of all visa issued to nationals of Italy, Iran, South Korea and Japan who have not yet entered the country. Visas issued to foreign nationals who travel to China, Iran, Italy, South Korea and Japan who have not yet entered the country were also cancelled. The cancellation was not applicable to diplomats, officials of the international bodies, OCI card holders and aircrew, although medical screening was mandatory for all. Medical screening and submission of self-declaration form including travel history for all passengers arriving from the restricted countries were also mandatory. Starting from March 4th, India mandated universal screening at all airports in the country given the rise in coronavirus imports. Thermal screening was installed at 21 airports including those in Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Bengaluru, Chennai, Hyderabad and Cochin to check for coronavirus in India. Screening measures have also been implemented at 12 major seaports and 65 minor seaports and land borders. New confirmed cases were being reported in multiple cities such as New Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad and Patna. Places of religious gatherings such as temples, mosques and churches can be clusters for coronavirus transmission in India, where religious tourism is high and community gatherings for celebrating festivals are huge. ISKCON is one of the popular Hindu religious organizations running temples that attract foreign devotees. It was reported to have advised foreigners from the coronavirus affected countries not to visit for 2 months as a precautionary measure. Thousands of suspected cases were tested, resulting in more than 2,000 confirmed coronavirus cases in India. The regions with the highest number of cases included Maharashtra, Kerala, Delhi, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu. 2 cases were reported in Nagpur, Maharashtra on 13th March. An employee of Google in Bangalore tested positive on 13th March, while COVID-19 positive cases was confirmed in Noida on the same day. First death due to coronavirus in India was reported in Karnataka on 12th March. A total of 52 deaths have been reported in the country. India witnessed a surge in confirmed coronavirus cases after people who attended the Tablighi Jamaat religious congregation in Delhi started testing positive for the virus. Held in mid-March, the meeting is estimated to have been attended by more than 5,000 members, including foreigners. The Indian government traced approximately 95% of the members on a war footing. On March 14th, central government declared COVID-19 a notified disaster. The first coronavirus case in Odisha was reported on 16th March in an Indian who recently returned from Italy. The man is reported to have reached Bhubaneswar by train from Delhi to avoid airport screening. On March 17th, India recorded third COVID-19 death in Mumbai and the number of the infected rose to 137. Then, the Drug Controller General of India granted approval to the Indian Council of Medical Research to use a combination of lopinavir and ritonavir in the event of the coronavirus disease in India turns into a public health emergency. Lopinavir and ritonavir have already been approved for the treatment of HIV. The Indian government announced a number of preventive measures to minimize the entry and spread of coronavirus. A control room that operated 24/7 to address queries was launched. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi appealed to Indians to avoid mass gatherings. He requested all citizens to observe a nationwide curfew or Janta curfew on 22nd March from morning to 9 p.m. People were urged not to leave the house on that day unless for emergencies. The citizen curfew was a precursor to the nationwide lockdown that was announced on the 24th of March for 21 days, and later it was further extended till May 3rd. All factories, schools, colleges, offices and transportation services were closed, while essential services such as supermarkets and pharmacies remained open. The Indian government announced a $22.6 billion stimulus package to help the poor who are affected by the coronavirus outbreak. The government also planned to provide wheat, rice and pulses free of cost to low-income families over the next 3 months. Further, cooking gas cylinders will be provided to 83 million poor families, and cash transfer will be provided to 3 crore senior citizens and 20 crore poor women for the next 3 months. Medical insurance worth 50 lakhs rupees will be provided for healthcare workers, including doctors, nurses and paramedics. The Department of Pharmaceuticals started assessing the availability of drugs in the country due to the increase in cases of coronavirus infection. A report submitted by a committee formed by the department revealed that the existing stock of API, which means active pharmaceutical ingredient, will be sufficient to manufacture drugs for 2 to 3 months. Various government organizations, including the National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority and Drugs Controller General of India, have been instructed to ensure an adequate supply of APIs and check black marketing or illegal hoarding. The Directorate General of Foreign Trade issued a ban on the export of personal protection equipments such as respiratory masks and protective overalls on January 31st. With China under lockdown, India is expected to witness a major impact on imports and exports in various industries including pharmaceuticals, electronics, mobiles and auto parts. China is the biggest exporter to India, followed by US and UAE. In 2018, China exported goods worth $90.4 billion to India and accounted for 14.63% of the exports. This is an account of how India is dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. Stay connected with us for more such updates. This is Nisha P.